is no one aware that the more you talk about stuff, that you're not actually helping the situation, that you're actually spreading the rumor? Or is everybody just playing stupid? As I know, all these people are grown, real grown. Some of y'all got grown kids. So y'all not that clueless. You're not helping. You're actually pushing whatever the rumors are forward. Let's talk. And I'm like, come on through, Cookie. I'm going up on my soapbox. That's basically it. Let's talk about drag and all its forms. What, Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review for Real Housewives of Atlanta. Listen. I like Tanya, and I've told y'all that. I like Tanya, but in this episode, I've actually seen either Tanya is actually kind of pushing for a peach that she ain't gonna get because her friend is holding her up from it, and I believe that. I believe that Nene got her foot on Tanya's neck. Or either you just are just a broad to just talk too much. It's one of the two. But you're not as clueless as you pretend to be. Still like you, but you're not as clueless as you pretend to be. Marlo, you a messy bitch. Flat out. Flat out. You messy, Marlo. And some of this stuff you're doing, it's going to come back and it's going to get you. It's going to come back and it's going to get you. And you can try to pretend that you hard and you don't care and it ain't going to bother you. But some of this stuff you're doing is going to come back and it's going to light your ass up, Marlo. The universe not going to let you keep getting away. It's not. It's just not. Anyway, let's get into this. First things first. Marlo, Nene, and Tanya are sitting down at Marlo's house. First of all, Marlo, let me go on and get at you with this because y'all know I live for the way Marlo dresses. I live for her aesthetic. But whenever you slip up, we got to light you up too. What the hell is going on with this wig? I mean, girl, you talking about a wig line? Look at this shit. Girl, that is just as horrible and nasty and cruddy looking. I guess you didn't have a glam team to do it. You must have tried to do it yourself. All around her, the whole edge, you could actually see the wig lifted up and all that makeup all over. It looked nasty. It looked just as crunchy. Terrible. Terrible. And I'm surprised that nobody in the team said anything. So I'm going to say probably a lot of people that work with y'all don't like your ass either. Because I can't believe they went on and filmed you with that wig like that. That's horrible. I'd be pissed off at Bravo. But anyway, so they're sitting there and they're having, cocktails or whatever, the three of them, and they get to talking about this tea that dropped about Eva. And if somebody had called Marlo supposedly and told her all this stuff, they said that her husband is broke and she's actually taking care of him, that they live in a house that's not theirs, that they have bills that are not paid, that some of the bridesmaids had gotten mad at her, that her car got repossessed. I mean, just all of this, like, terrible personal stuff. And they basically gossiped about it. So Marlo had that information. You went even a step further, and they were sitting there sucking it up. Nene was clowning and kikiing and, kikiing it up. Kikiing it up, knowing that it's all going, ain't nobody nobody's friend. It's all on camera. And, I mean, kikiing down. How do you think that Eva would feel after she sees this of you kikiing about these rumors going on about her? I was like, I don't get it. I don't get it. As much as Nene hates a motherfucker to say something about her, I just was looking at Nene. I said, side eyeing you. But they go through all that. And then Marlo even calls the person on the phone and has them over the phone spilling and spilling and spilling and spilling, and you could tell the person that was spilling it is somebody that don't care for Eva, because they was just as joyful and loving what they were doing and what they were saying. I was like, wow, it's just smear. It was a smear campaign. It was bad. It was ugly. So I said, okay, well, that's that. So they decided amongst the three of them that Nene should be the one to actually go to Eva, and she's the closest to her, and actually tell her what is actually being said. Fine. So that went down. Then we go over to Candy's house. Candy and her family sitting down, and she had both her girls. Ace was there, Todd was there, Mama Joyce was there, and they were talking about the fact that they had actually decided to move on with the surrogacy. Well, baby, listen, let me tell you something. Miss Riley, that grew up, and Miss Riley ain't here for that bullshit. Riley was very, very vocal about how she felt about it. She had already said she didn't think they needed another baby and all, and she was very vocal, very. So I said, "Go on, Riley," because everybody's trying to convince her. And then Mama Joyce is like, "Well, wait a minute, Riley," and she didn't even take it from Mama Joyce. She's like, "Listen, I don't give a shit what none of y'all say. Their ass is throwing this one off on me, and I ain't trying to be bothered with no another one or two. They don't need no more goddamn babies. Child, you ain't here. Nobody got time." I said, "Oh, Riley, okay." I mean, but again, it is what it is, and it's a family conversation. I'm glad that Candy is raising her in a way. Remember, she used to be so withdrawn and she wouldn't say anything, and she was so shut down. I'm just so glad she's gotten to where she's comfortable expressing herself, and I think it's cool that she, as a teenage girl, is able to tell her mother, "Hey, this is bullshit." You know what I mean? And Candy didn't feel like she was being disrespectful or anything like that. I thought it was good. I really did. I hate that it had to be aired on television, because that was truly like a, you know what I mean? How you're there's really no way to get around telling your mother that you don't need no more goddamn kids because you ain't doing shit with this one. There ain't really a nice way to say that. Candy's really busy, and it's not. And I'm not saying in any way, shape, or form that she neglects her little boy. She makes sure, she's working. She's a working mother. Todd's a working father. They make sure that the kids are protected and they have everything that they need. They have everything that they need and more. So I'm not saying anything about that. I'm not saying she's a bad parent, but I definitely see where Riley is coming from. I definitely see where she's coming from. What the fuck do you need with two more kids? But it is what it is. I mean, it was good enough for him. It's been good enough for you. We're going to continue on. Now, that ain't how Riley sees things, because Riley lived through it. And I think Riley wanted some more hands-on time, and she know these other two kids, and this one ain't getting it, and the other two definitely ain't going to get it. So, I mean, I thought it was cool, but I just hated that it got to be aired on television. But go on, Riley. Riley really growing up. She wasn't going for the bullshit. She started to act like the OLG girls. You could tell she done been around Mama Joyce and Aunt Nora and Aunt Bertha Child. You know everybody loves Aunt Bertha Child. Later on in the program, they're planning on doing another OLG, and they're doing a soft open, and they had that damn Aunt Bertha. Aunt Bertha, Child, we love to see her because we know it's going to be something. She's going to give you a camera moment, period. At some point, if she's on the episode, that damn Aunt Bertha got over there, and the man was telling them, he was setting up the table, telling them what they were going to do as far as they're doing like this little dessert demonstration and all that. And Aunt Bertha's ass is just as goddamn crotchety. She's sitting over there, so he high fiving Mama Joyce and them. And he's like, "Yeah," he's like, "I knew I wasn't going to have to give y'all no whole lot of direction." And they high five, and he get to Aunt Bertha. She was like, I said, "Look at her, she just crotchety child," and face. I said, "Go ahead, Amber. Y'all see my thumbnail. Y'all gotta love Aunt Bertha, honey. Crotchety. That's gonna be me. That's probably gonna be me. I'm gonna be saying all kind of smart shit to people, and face. I'm gonna be crotchety. I know I am. I just know it. Go ahead, Aunt Bertha. Give them hell. Child, gotta love her. Oh, Candy. Anyway, so let me go. Portia. Portia and Dennis. They're over there getting ready for her baby shower. So they're doing a walkthrough with the party planners and all of that, whatever. And they sit down and then they start to have the conversation about the wedding and the wedding plans, and they haven't even started. And they went to say something about prenups, and I noticed this is like the second or third time it came up. Prenups. Portia seems a bit uneasy about the prenup situation, and I think she's uneasy about it. Period. And I think that the reason why is maybe the way that she is planning on trying to protect herself from Dennis may actually be a deal breaker. And I think that maybe this is why she kind of shies away from the conversation on television, just in case his reaction ain't so cool. So that's just the feeling I'm getting. And this is just me. I'm like, yeah, she keeps avoiding that. And yeah. Yeah, she keeps avoiding that. And I'm like, I'm wondering, I'm thinking that I got a feeling that she's kind of scared about the prenup. Like, is the prenup going to be the straw that breaks the camel's back? Or am I going to actually be able to jump that hurdle and get everything I want and still get this man? So, I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see. And then they talk about the living arrangements again, and she's like, I ain't giving up my goddamn house. I am not giving up my house, and I don't blame her. Anyway, so, that's enough for them. Moving on. Eva and Candy go out, and they have a little something to eat. And Eva starts telling Candy little bits about what has happened since she came back. She just came back from Greece. They went to Greece for their honeymoon and everything. And she was saying how Shanita, you remember how Shanita was so right hands on and helping out with Eva? Honey, her and Shanita done fell out. Now, I know for a fact, because it's basically what I used to do. Weddings, sometimes proms, funerals, just mess stuff up. It messes up friendships. It will break a family all the way down to the lowest common denominator sometimes. It seems that Shanita and Eva done fell out, baby. I mean, out. They done fell out, child. They ain't mess with each other at all. And she didn't go all the way in, but she told her, Shanita ended up choking the damn wedding planner. Like, Shanita was showing her ass during the wedding and, right thereafter. Then she told her, that she's planning on moving in 2 days. She's moving. And Candy's like, something don't sound right. Like, why is she moving from one rental to another rental? And you just got married, spent all that money and all that. And she threw out there that, listen, it has a lot to do with the baby's biological father. We all seen in the media that he's a little thrown off. He's a little different. And there's been some problems with them. And she was saying, that it's safety reasons. She said, when I always have multiple addresses because, we just got to keep moving and shifting. She said, there's sometimes I look off the balcony, his ass is standing out there in the shadows and carrying on. He goes deep. So I was like, okay. So Candy was kind of like, oh, okay, well, that's kind of strange. The story ain't all adding up. But okay. And I think Candy actually likes Eva. Candy likes Eva. I think Candy values the friendship she's building with Eva. Because you see, like, I had a good feeling watching Candy and Eva out eating. It was literally like watching two girlfriends really enjoying each other and enjoying building a friendship. I think the thing with Candy and Eva is very genuine. And she does value what she's building with Eva. And Candy ain't tell nobody shit. And Candy also, was Candy being messy, she be messy. We ain't see Candy talking to nobody, not Dawn Juan, not Carmen, not nobody. She didn't even talk to Todd. about, not on camera, about what she thought about what Eva told her or what Eva said. She ain't say nothing. So I'm going to say that what Eva and Candy is building is genuine, and I say it's nice to see. Because Candy need her, it's nice to have a friend outside of your business. You know what I mean? So I like Eva and Candy. I do. Um, anyway, moving on. So that was that. Now we're gonna go on over to Nene's house. I'm sick of you. I am so sick of you, Nene. I can't. I can't. I said Nene gonna have to do something quickly to turn me around because I'm getting to the point where she's starting to just rack my nerves. It's just me, 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 me. You bitch, sit down. She's sitting there telling Greg again. And I don't think you know how I feel. And I don't know about the separation and the divorce. And I just don't know. Just me, 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 me. And I'm looking at Greg. And Greg ain't looking so good right now. Okay? Greg was looking like he was starting to feel better and he was starting to look better. He was picking up weight. Now he's going back the opposite direction. And then I'm sitting here, I'm looking at him. He clearly doesn't feel well. Okay? And we're looking at him. He done tried to go the holistic route with this cancer, and it's whipping his ass. It is whooping his ass because you're trying to do things your way. And then Greg, finally, the damn light bulb has come on. Thank God the light bulb's come on. He's begging her. He's begging her just to understand him. She can't get past it. It's me, 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 me. He now tells her he is reconsidering what he was saying about chemo. He's reconsidering chemo. He said he had a talk with the creator, and maybe what he was trying to do wasn't what he needs to do. I said, thank God. He finally got through to you. Finally got through to you. It's nice to do what you want to do. It's nice to do what you want to do. But sometimes you got to break down and do what you got to do. And you could tell he's tired of fighting like that. He tried it his way. He tried it his way. And, we get that sometimes in life. And the older you get, the more you understand. You could try to do whatever it is that you've learned over your time here. But sometimes what you've learned and what knowledge you hold and what you think you know ain't got nothing to do with what God got planned up. So sometimes you got to surrender. That's why you hear that all the time in church. It's about surrender. You have to surrender. And when he said he had that talk, I can believe it. I'm here, but y'all know I've already told you I'm very spiritual. I know what one of them little conversations is like. That conversation that you have with that silent person, honey, inside of you. And he's finally surrendering to, okay, my way ain't working. So I'm very hopeful for Greg. And I hope everything's gonna be fine because when it comes to this cancer shit, believe me, I'm sitting here in front of you all. Sitting here in front of you all, fat as hell with this goddamn red shirt on. Time is of the essence when you dealing with cancer and trying to fight that bitch. That big C, y'all know I tell you all the time about that big C. You trying to fight that bitch, you got to windmill that bitch. Time is of the essence. You got to get her before she get you. Get that bitch. You got to get the swinging on that bitch before she gets the swinging on you because she'll tear your ass up. So I am hoping that the time lapse here, come on. I'm praying for. I really like Greg Leaks. I really do. I just think Greg is just so cool. You know what I mean? I just think he's such a cool person. I just don't. I don't even want to think about what Nene's world would be like without no Greg. You know what I mean? I don't even want to think about that. So I hope that everything is going to just boom, 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 and we get going. Because we're looking at weeks, just weeks, when he was looking good and down again. Come on, Greg. We'll be praying for you, Greg. Anyway, moving forward, Nene, though, need to shut her goddamn mouth and just fall back. goofball. Anyway, so let's go to the OLG soft opening. Everything looks really nice. Everything, the mood is really good. The atmosphere is nice. We see Rashida. Rashida was looking gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Rashida for all show no Rashida loved hip hop. Then we see Shamari, not Shamari, the other one. What's her name? Shamia. 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 Shamari was there too. She got there later, but Shamia, just as cute and pregnant as she could be. And she showed up, and lots of her good friends and everything. So it was nice. Everything was very nice. And they end up they're sitting down at the table. Eva comes in, everybody's having a good time. Marlo ain't got there, neither has Nene. Tanya, always on time Tanya, pulls Eva and tells her, I will talk to you outside. She goes and talks to her outside. She gets to telling her about what actually happened over at Marlo's house. Now I'm thinking to myself, well, Tanya, wait a minute. I thought y'all sat and y'all agreed that Nene would be the one to talk to her. Now it's been 2 days since they were over at Marlo's, and Nene ain't said nothing to Eva yet. So I don't know when Nene actually planned to do it. And definitely when they were going to be getting together like this, I think Nene should have actually probably called her the next day, because it was circulating in the street so heavy. Why are you waiting? What are you waiting on, Nene? But whatever. Tanya pulled her outside and she's talking to her. And Eva tells her, well, wait a minute, baby. She says, it's not a mystery to me who's doing this. It's Shanita. She tells her, we done fell out. The wedding, things is just a mess. And Shanita is dragging me through these streets, period. So she's like, okay. And Eva's like, I ain't worried about her. I ain't worried about her. So they go back in. Tanya's like, oh, I feel so much better now. She got it off her chest. They come back in. Eva says, okay. She says, could you have me my purse? She gets her purse. Now that whole thing done dogged her mood now. And she just removed herself, because see, that's what adults do. Adults will remove themselves. When your mood is bad, you don't stay around a group of people and make the people around you miserable. An adult removes herself. And I can understand that. Nobody saying stuff about their credit, even if it's not right, or if it is right, or if there is some truth. I ain't trying to do all that. You know what I mean? To hell with this shit. Like she said, I just came back off my honeymoon. I'm still in the glow, basking in it, of my wedding. I ain't trying to sit here with nobody laughing at me and carrying on. So I'm going. So she left. She left before Nene or Marlo showed up. Nene shows up right after. Tanya is now at the table telling them, well, yeah, Eva's leaving and I feel like I messed it all up. Wait a minute, Tanya. Wait a minute. Just shut up. Eva's gone. Ain't nothing else that needs to be said. Now what you're doing, you don't even realize you're spreading the rumors now, because these girls at the table don't even know what the fuck you talking about. And you done opened it up, and now you got the spill. And Nene was like, wait a minute, Tanya. And then Nene chin checked Tanya. I said, you ain't never going to get tired of Nene talking to you like a child. And she said, I messed up, Nene. I messed up. And she took the load that time, with Nene. I understand, because you were wrong. You messed up. But Nene needs to stop. Nene is too comfortable talking to Tanya like that. I can't get with it. Because I can tell you, I've been done moved Nene's wig by now, talking to me like that. The way she talked to Tanya, I'd have been done. Nene be talking, and by the time she got to the second sentence, her shit be, you not going to keep talking to me crazy. And then you love to do it in the public. I can't. I can't. Nene's a whole lot. She's a whole lot. But Tanya, you a damn fool. But anyway, she did all that. So by this time, Marlo shows up. Nene says, Tanya don't want to told her girl. So now Marlo jumps on Tanya. So then Nene said, I'm going to go. She goes outside. She calls Tanya calls Eva on the phone. She talks Eva into coming back. In the meantime, between time, Marlo is sitting there, and Marlo's having a good time with this. Today, she got her good wig going, and it's all pasted down. She having a good time because she don't really like Eva for real. Marlo, I think, is a little jealous of Eva, and she was just spewing it, and she went to adding to it. Oh, and they said she's a lesbian, this, that, the other, and she got girlfriends, and that. She was just, Marlo was bringing the heat and dropping it all. And I said, if I was Eva, I wouldn't fuck with Marlo at all. There would be nothing that Marlo could say to me other than hello and goodbye. I wouldn't fuck with Marlo's wig wearing ass at all. Period. Because Marlo ain't no friend to Eva. She don't like Eva. Period. She literally is talking out both sides of her mouth and being very facetious. I'm like, Marlo, ugly. Very, very ugly what you're doing. So they done spewed all of her tea, spilled all her tea. She come back. Nene talked to her and Mike because Mike met her and came back with her. And this is one thing that I said Nene to do something that make me say, okay, Nene. Nene told her, basically Nene put on her, Olivia Pope told her, you don't let these hoes spray you. You need to get in front of your story. You tell your story. And then you go face these hoes. She said, because they weren't trashing you. But little did she know, in the inside, Tanya was talking too much and Marlo was spraying her. And then we found out at the table too, Tanya, you a day or so ago that met up with Cynthia and put Cynthia down with it. You were literally spreading the rumor because Cynthia didn't know nothing about what's going on. You done went and told Cynthia. So you think you helping and being okay. You ain't being okay. You a gossip. You run around spilling it and playing dingbat. But Cynthia's another person. You just spray all of Eva's tea to Cynthia, who knew nothing about it and had no need to know about it until Eva told her. Or if somebody else on the outside told her. So you guilty too, Tanya. I wouldn't really fuck with you either because you ain't trustworthy because you talk too damn much. But Marlo, by far, you were enjoying yourself. You were enjoying yourself. Anyway, so Eva come back in, and Eva, sat down. Did like Nene said, let me get in front of my own narrative here. And Marlo sat over there and was trying to debunk what she was saying. Even leaned over to Candy and said, that bitch is lying. The bitch is lying. I cannot wait to see this reunion. I can tell you, there would be nothing that Marlo could say to patch this up with me. I would not fuck with Marlo anymore after this. We would not be friends. We would not be pretending. It would literally be hello and goodbye, and we're filming together, and that's it. But it wouldn't be no niceties, and I would be reading and ripping her every chance I got. I'd be pulling a layer of skin off of Marlo's ass. I was like, this was a whole mess. A whole mess. They're going to tell her, well, girl, I just want to give you a bit of advice. You know what I mean? Just watch who you're giving your secrets to, and now you're in Atlanta. Make sure you pay your bills. I said, oh, no, she didn't. Eva was like, I don't give a shit what any of you all think about me. And then Nene's like, girl, well, these girls, shut up, Nene. Shut up, because that bitch is coming for her, and you know it. Shut up. A mess. That was a mess. A mess. But we got one more episode, then we go to the reunion. I can't wait to get to the reunion. I can't wait to see how Eva acts toward Marlo after she done watched all this. Baby, I'll be, a layer of skin every time I seen her. I'm telling you. I will be peeling it like a fruit roll-up. Anyway, y'all tell me what y'all think down in the comments. I will see you all next week. Next week is the finale. All right, y'all. Later.